Episode 6 of the Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. Episode 6. Coming off quite a hype episode last week.
Yeah.
Going through our top 10s with some honorable mentions.
Gave me enough of a chance to start trying to catch up on some manga.
Yeah. I'm almost all caught up. The only thing I haven't read is Spy Family. I'm one behind there. And you were going to throw flames at me, but then realized...
actually, we're both one behind on Don to Don also.
Oh, well, that doesn't count because it came out literally today. Because I read my chapter yesterday.
I also read both of my chapters yesterday.
So I don't call that as a behind.
I wanted to get caught up in everything this week. I still got 2 more that I gotta really push through. I want to get back caught up on Record of Ragnarok and Gachiakuta.
You know what's sad too is now that I'm looking at the app here, Spy Family's last chapter was February 5th.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were
March
on a break.
6th, and now again, if you read the next chapter, the next one's not for 13 days from this recording.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal.
People on Twitter were hype for Spy's Family coming back. From what I saw.
Oh. Well, we haven't read that chapter, so.
And by people, I mean I saw 2 anecdotal posts. Being like, Spike's Family back!
Hey, I'll take it, so.
At least they went on break at a good time, too, and they actually finished an arc.
Right. Who knows, maybe.
Unlike Kaiju.
Yeah. Well, did you read Kaiju?
Yeah, I read Kaiju. Kaiju's
Just
looking kind of lit right now.
Yeah,
if they keep going like this, at least.
Well, we were saying, because you've always been saying, I think we've talked about it on the podcast before, too, is that you think that this is going to be like JJK's Kaiju's Shibuya, like JJK. And
I'm hoping, at least, man.
Listen, the way last chapter went, I think everyone is going to lose their fights, man.
They're in way too much of a position of power. The way I look at it, if they win, it just goes back to a formula. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They have to lose.
They sit there in their armies and their barracks waiting for the next kaiju threat.
And then rinse, repeat.
Yeah, so I almost feel like there needs to be world-alteringness.
You know who I think shouldn't lose their fight, though? Is, I forget his name. The strongest dude guy.
Oh, Narumi?
Yes. The one that
with
played...
the eyes?
The one with eyes, yes.
Yeah.
The one with eyes.
The one with the eyes.
The eyes, yeah. He played the video. He was just wanting to play video games all day long. Because he's just like...
You're reading my electrical impulses, but you can't read my water attacks.
He's still, like...
The strongest.
The strongest guy. So I think he should be, like, one of the few that wins. But, like, he himself, I don't think... Like, Kefka strikes me as the kind of guy that is a tide turner in a battle kind of like this.
Yeah.
He doesn't, seemingly.
I could also kind of see Hoshino kind of being a tide turner, the dual swords guy.
The vice captain?
Yeah, he's pretty...
Yeah, his power levels, I guess you could say, are really spiking since he got this new suit. He's like...
Just beasting.
Yeah, he should be a captain of a division at this point.
And his opponent isn't even a hard counter. It's just like, I do the same thing as you really good. That's what their hard counter to Hoshino was. They had hard counters to everyone else, but Hoshino, it's just like, I also dual swords good.
Yeah, not impressed. But with that particular one,
yeah.
Yes. Shinomiya looks like she's getting...
Looks like she's losing.
She looks like she lost.
Yeah, they straight up need to launch Kafka directly to her.
But I think that would defeat the whole start of that fight where she said that she's doesn't want to be saved.
I want her to pull through too, but I don't know. Unless she gets really angry from this flashback and just like comes back at like 100% suit output.
I think that she's going to lose this, and this character would be a good, like, quote-unquote rival or thing to overcome in a later fight. I don't think it's just something that she should overcome in the here and now type deal. You know what I mean? But then Kefka's not even on the battlefield yet, and then Nina...
There's 9. I don't think we've seen Kaiju number 9 yet.
No, we haven't. And Nina's got the fucking rail gun halfway across the country just laying people out. So it's like,
well, the end of this chapter, that was her. When she had the Gatling gun and she was like, saw someone being held by a kaiju. That was Mina.
Oh shit, was it? I
she
thought
came
it
to
was.
the battlefield.
So she was already like
I think it was Mina.
defeated. Because I saw that, I was like, it doesn't. It kind of looks like her, but it kind of doesn't.
There's also that very emotionally like muted chick too, that isn't Mina.
Right. Yeah. And because
Could have been her.
I don't think it actually says. It's at the very end, right?
You know what? Yeah, I was the wrong one. That's not Mina. Yeah, that's the emotionally muted girl that I was just thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's got her hair shorter and she's got like the white in her hair.
But I just thought it was Mina because she's holding a big ass gun.
This one does this kaiju holding him looks.
It looks like 9. I almost thought
does,
it was, but I'm not sold yet.
I don't think it is.
I don't think he would have shown himself before Kafka shows up.
Well, actually, you know why, too? Because I think this is 9 that they were saying with the 3 eyes right there.
Yeah, like looking down.
Yeah, and this thing has no eyes.
Chapter.
Yeah.
I mean, such a lit page.
But we'll see where it goes. I mean, like I said, I think they're going to lose this fight. I don't think anyone's going to, like, die, per se. At least not any of the big named characters or, the captains. Maybe some like those last 2 people at the end of the page. They're not really relatively important, so maybe.
I almost hate to say it. I could see them killing Mina for like an emotional push. She's also like too strong. You know what I mean?
She is, but she's kind of not, because it's like we've never seen her in close combat. So it's like, okay,
and she needs to be at the railgun.
Yeah. So what happens if she's not there? And first off, it's like you kind of want her to stay around because it's part of her, like Kefka's thing, but she's done basically next to nothing in the whole series. She's like barely talks, so we don't really we kind of have an emotional attachment through Kefka, but then we kind of just don't, because she has no development on her character whatsoever.
Yeah, the one time we really get like a moment where we can be like, oh, you're a real one, is like when he comes back to the squad and she's just like everyone else will be like, what are you apologizing for? Come on,
yeah, they had that
waiting for you.
They had that one moment on top of the roof,
and
that's it.
And it wasn't even longer than his moments, like, reconnecting with anyone else on the squad. Like,
exactly. Oh, we also haven't seen
Iceman.
I was trying to remember his name.
That's his name now.
It is his name, unfortunately. Listen, he's the one that had to have the white hair, right? If anyone's getting the ice powers, it's the dude with the white hair.
So sad. I got a great transition. Speaking of ice powers, Uraume from JJK.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Suck on that transition.
The fact that Sukuna told a joke as he flew away is fucking hilarious.
It is hilarious. Also, I like how Uraume is like doing the Todoroki thing while Todoroki's not doing the Todoroki thing.
Exactly.
Just flooding the area with ice.
We were totally wrong. I don't think we talked about this on the podcast. I think we just mentioned it, and maybe we did, but we were talking about how Maki should not fight
Sukuna, yeah.
And then she kind of just rolled through, but
when I saw her show up there, though, I'm like, well, he is weak, and this would be the time for Maki to fight Sukuna if she was going to.
All right, so I mentioned this earlier today to you in text. So what I don't understand, we talked last time, Yuji's probably eaten about 15 fingers. Right?
Yeah.
Give or take. He takes over Yuji's body, he rips one of Yuji's fingers off, i.e. his own, shoves it down Megumin's throat, and takes over Megumin's body. How does that work with Yuji now? Because Yuji's eaten so many of his fingers. Does he just transferred his whole soul now into, like, how does...
I'm still not 100% sure, because it did say he was, like, gaining power in there, so I'm wondering if he just transferred all the power, like, even out of the fingers at that point. But I'm not sure if that's the case. It could still just be a fraction of his power, and then the bath is to unite all of his power back.
Yeah, because how I interpreted it back before this instant, he was stuck in Yuji, just permanently. Yeah. So either some external magic source, cursed energy, spell, relic thing, a cursed object or something like that was going to free him, the whole ultimate goal of the Cone games, maybe, which seems wholly separate at this point. But to see all he had to do is rip a finger off while in control and put it in someone else, and make someone else eat it, and he's free completely and wholly, other than needing to take whatever this bath is. I envision it in like...
Someone had, I was going to share it to you, but I kind of wanted to save it, I guess. Someone was saying on Twitter that the bath would be to like melt down the wax that preserves the fingers and something to like reunite the power. But I'm still like, would Yuji need to be there? Like, what about the rest of the fingers?
Yeah, right.
And right now, is Sukuna 1 finger's worth of strength? Is he 10 fingers worth of strength?
What happens if Yuji finds another finger and eats that one? Is now Sukuna in both bodies?
Yeah, there's still 5 more fingers out there too.
Yeah, so what happens when he eats the next one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused. Or was it, because then it's like, the fingers are used like, kind of like the Gun Devil bullets almost.
Yeah, MacGuffin.
Well, no.
Or like power-ups too.
Power-ups are the cursed demons and stuff, so like why didn't Sukuna take over their bodies? Is Yuji special because Mommy Kenjaku made him? Which is creepy.
There's like flashbacks to all the fucking memes of him taking back shots.
Cum shots on the back?
In the cooch. More like.
Cooch, yeah. Hey. He did what he had to do, I guess.
For science.
For science, yes. Science.
It's a good chapter, though. Straight up beat down.
Yeah, and Sukuna just kind of walked away from it. He took a lot of beatings.
He took a lot of beatings. Uraume saved his ass.
I do love that moment. Yuji's just like, he won't die even if you go out, so fucking kill this guy.
Yeah.
Type deal. And
Maki being like, can I go a little faster?
Maki's just like, got it, let's go. 100% out the rip.
The anime's gonna have a field day with that fight. I could like see it in my brain already.
I don't know how they're gonna treat that season though, because
they're gonna treat it with love. They're gonna treat that season well. There's so many back-to-back fights for them to fill.
Well, how long has it been since the end of Shibuya? You know what I mean? Because like I'm already concerned. Well, I mean, I'm not really concerned because if they do like a 25 episode season 2, they could fit both the prequel, the flashback arc, and all of Shibuya in that. I feel.
I think they could fit Culling Games too. You can't underestimate how fast a fight's gonna go by.
True, but then in my mind, I'm like, I feel like the Culling Games has so much more to happen in it. And then plus its immediate implications of whatever happens next. I don't think the Culling Games are just going to end and then like on to the next phase.
No.
You know what I mean? Whatever has happened now is a direct beat.
I can see what you mean. Like, are we going to be able to fit whatever this last chunk Gege has cooked into this now? Are we going to stop
somewhere in there?
When like
have to be a cliffhanger.
When like Kenjaku kills Yuki, is that where we're going to stop the season?
Yeah. Who knows?
I know, it's going to be especially weird with all that time jumping Gege did for a second there, jumping to like Kenjaku in the future talking to back with the soldiers to back to Kenjaku.
Or back when he was with the president.
Yeah.
And it's like that was before Shibuya and I didn't even know that until like
so much time jumping.
The second chapter of talking in that flashback.
And then Angel backstory, then back to Kenjaku.
So, I don't know what's going to happen there, but
the rest of the Call Games should be nice and easy. Like, Kashimo versus fucking Hikari is probably going to be, like, an episode. A really good episode, but, like, an episode.
Yeah, I mean, because, like...
Yuta fight, maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah, you can... That's the good thing about fights, is you don't, like... Fights take up a lot of page time.
But, like, no screen time.
Zero screen time. Because you can...
These take, like, no setup, too. Some of these fights are literally just like, I see you, let's fight.
Yeah, a full chapter of fighting can be 2 minutes of animation. I mean, obviously they extend it slightly, throw some more punches or whatever, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Season 2 ain't even out yet, so.
So I think of the Sendai Colony fight, and then that ends. Hikari fights the artist dude, and then immediately fights Kashimo. Like, I can fit the Hikari stuff in, like, end of Yuta's episode, and then the whole Kashimo fight, 1 episode. The Reggie fight should take, like, no time. Like, Reggie versus Megami, Receipt Man.
Oh, yeah.
Even Hikaruma
that's a kind of,
like
that's a decent fight, though.
It was a decent fight.
I enjoyed it. Almost looked like Megami was going to lose, and he took a beating, and then next time you see him, he's just like, I'm fine now. And it's like,
I'm good.
Where'd you get your medical attention? None of these people are doctors or healers or whatever, so it's kind of like, whatever. But
Angel.
Yeah, I guess, maybe. I mean, she's an angel, so you would think so.
Some sort of healing in there, hopefully.
I'm sure somewhere.
Maybe she did the whole fucking recreation of the creation of David with Megumi.
Oh. Touch my finger, Megumi. He's going to be scarred from fingers at this point going forward. He's going to hate him.
That's some sort of sad soul on Twitter. Like, they're posting that theory about the bath and stuff. And so I was like, but what about Megumi? Sorry, honey.
Yeah. He's going to be taking the bath in the blood of virgins or something. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be something dark and twisted.
I don't see Megumi getting out of this.
Which is
the show ending so, like, with it presumably ending so soon.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pull an Aki, and just not someone you think would die in the series, and then he's just gonna die.
Yeah.
And maybe even the same thing where Denji had to kill Aki.
That's what I was thinking
Yuji
too.
Might have to kill Megumi,
which is so sad, and we still haven't seen Nobara.
But then at the same time, I'm kind of just like super excited to see what fucking Sukuna can do with Megumi's powers. You think he could summon the things that name I keep forgetting and just like have control over it?
The Shikigami.
No, the other one. The one that his
Maharaga?
Maharaga, yeah. Because like, you got to summon it and defeat it, and
is this how Sukuna got other curse techniques? That just hit me. Like, sorry, it smacked me in the face. I was like, because we're talking about Sukuna having new stuff on top of his arsenal. It's kind of reminded me of when he whipped out fire powers.
Very, very, very true. I mean, if you're gonna take a character that has multiple powers and explain how so, I feel like taking over bodies. And then just...
We already know someone else who does it.
Yeah, and does it way less cool.
Yeah, he does it the gross way.
He does it the
gross way. Someone pick up my floppy brain and plop it into another one.
I want to know what he did to cover the fucking Rika-sized hole that was in fucking Geto's chest.
For real. I want to know his first curse technique still. So goddamn bad.
Sukuna?
No, Kenjaku. I want to know what the fuck Cursed Womb Profusion, the name of his fucking domain. I want to know what the hell that's getting at.
It's just back shots, man.
It's just all about them back shots. Kenjaku's just obsessed with them back shots.
That's all it is, man.
It helps me take easier. Domain expansion. Now the mood is lit.
Gross. Disgusting.
Skull on or skull off?
I don't know, but they're gonna need some new people, bro.
Who?
The good guys.
No, they got plenty of forces. They're just not all together right now.
Who they got?
We got Yuji, Maki, Yuta, Kashimo, Higuruma, Takaba, which I think is the comedy guy's name.
God, you're so much better at Japanese names than I am.
I think that's his name.
I knew the first three, and then you lost me after Maki.
I think Angel's still alive.
She's got to be, because if Angel is dead, Gojo is never coming back. Because Angel is their only way to get Gojo back.
True. Big true. So Higuruma's lawyer guy, Kashimo's lightning guy. I already forgot some of the ones.
What about, they need to get that other special grade sorcerer, the one that wears the ponytail forward facing in front of her face, that has a brother, the one with the brother complex and kind of ran away from Shibuya.
Grade one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. Though, to be fair, I kind of think Kenjaku just paid her off. Because if you remember in Shibuya, she won her fight and then rolled up to Kenjaku, and then we didn't see how that fight goes. And
yeah,
then
next time you
Mei
see
Mei leaves the country.
Yeah, and she's shagging some rando dude in the fucking hotel room or something.
So I bet Kenjaku just straight up paid her off to leave.
Bro, she's not the type of person that looks like she's in it to the death, you know what I mean?
She wants money. That's all she wants. So that's like 7 good guys that I counted out. I mean, it would have been nicer to have Megumi there too, but...
and I think Sukuna kills all of them by himself.
I don't think he kills Yuta by himself.
Not as he is
I don't think
now.
he takes out Yuta with these allies. More like it. Is a better way to put it. Like,
yeah, because you know what I keep forgetting about Yuta?
Is he
has more than one, just out the rip. He just can copy people's
curse techniques.
And he has just the fact that he pulled up that megaphone that one time and just.
I am more confident that Yuta will put up a good fight against Sukuna than I'm confident that he will against Kenjaku. Because Kenjaku should theoretically know about Yuta already. So Kenjaku might be prepared to roll for Yuta to roll up on him. Sukuna won't be. I'm not sure if he'd beat Sukuna, definitely not one-on-one, but Sukuna would be less prepared for Yuta.
You know what the shit part, too, is, like, right now, we know less about Sukuna than we do Kenjaku. Because I think Kenjaku got pushed pretty hard when he fought Choso and
Yuki.
He got because they thought he opened his domain, but I think Kenjaku has more than one domain.
I think so too, because again,
he's got whatever the cursed womb bullshit is, and whatever that gravity shit was.
A womb has nothing to do with anti-grav, so that was his personal domain. He just used a different technique through it. I need to know, man. Imagine it's like for womb perfusion, he just turns people into babies.
But then also, well, that's pretty strong though. Like, what are you gonna do when you're a baby? But like, because you're
just a baby.
They also took Tengen, so it's like.
I just need to know more about Sukuna because like they keep poking and prodding me here a little bit. Just tell me. Tell me how Sukuna became a curse already.
Yeah.
Tell me something about Sukuna pre-curse, because we've heard nothing about this man before he turned into a curse, besides that he did turn into a curse.
And he was like the worst of the curses.
Yeah.
Which is why I know everyone wants to think Kenjaku is involved in that. I want Sukuna to be the big bad guy. I don't want Kenjaku to be like, it was all my master plan. Fuck out of here, dude.
It was my culling game. Well, they clearly know each other, too.
Yeah.
That when Kenjaku's being like, when he's fighting Yuji, he's like, oh, man, what did that dirty creep put in you?
But it's like, I want Kenjaku to be afraid of Sukuna. I don't want Sukuna to be, like, I don't think he would be afraid, but I don't want Sukuna to be wary type deal of Kenjaku. You know what I mean? I want it the other way around.
Especially when you seem to not care?
Yes. He came out in Shibuya and was like,
both
I don't
of them
give a
seem
fuck.
to not care about each other.
Yeah. He was like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. And then he's like, get the preparations.
That's why I almost think they're allied more than anything. I don't think it's even like you made me into this. I almost feel like they've just been like a rivalry across millennia.
Yeah, because I just don't want...
Oh, you did this time. It almost gives me the impression like you fought something Kenjaku made before.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I don't know, because it's like Sukuna doesn't strike me as the guy to ally himself with someone like Kenjaku, because Kenjaku's not the type that I feel would be subservient to Sukuna, like the dudes that roll up with Sukuna right now. They're just like, master.
Yeah, Urobe.
Yeah.
I have the bath ready for you.
I don't think that I just don't see Kenjaku being that way. And first off, as you know, I fucking hate Kenjaku in the first place. I just hate his whole character. I think it would have been a billion times more compelling if it was Geto. It's like, why did you set up Geto as a character at all if you're just going to instantly kill him in Chapter 0? Which came first, by the way? Was it Chapter 0s that came first, or was it the pre-Shibuya shit that came first?
Chronologically, or release order?
Release order.
Release order. Chapter 0 was a prototype for the whole story. Chapter 0 was like Geto... the pitch in the pitch meeting.
Okay, so that makes sense then, that Geto was already dead from the rip. So.
Yeah. So he literally started building his story off of already killing Geto, which I'm not going to harp him for it, but you could have wrote Geto a way to like live after. I mean, he kind of did.
Yeah, and
the one thing I like about Geto turning into Kenjaku, and probably the only thing I like, is the duality where fucking Gojo tells Toji, oh man, you should have cut my head off, and Gojo should have cut Geto's head off all the same too.
But then I'm sitting there, it's like, because we never actually see how Gojo kills Geto.
No.
It's kind of like, not off screen, but like, at least in the movie,
he just kind of rolls up.
It just kind of they talk, and then it pans away, and then you hear some kind of noise. And in the I read chapter 0 too, but I think it was kind of just off screen. They just kind of say something, and then it's like next chapter is like, yeah, he killed him type deal. But he would have. I feel like he would have died anyway from that.
I always read it as he just kind of let him bleed out.
I mean, that's possible too, but I feel like because they were friends,
just like he said to Toji, he should have cut Geto's head off. He should. Not that he could know, but you should have. You just gave that advice.
Oh yeah, like he said to Toji, you should have cut my head off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's almost like a nice way to come back and haunt him. That's like the only angle I like the whole Kenjaku thing at.
Well, I mean, without Kenjaku, they wouldn't have been able to seal Gojo. I mean, without Geto's body, because that.
Well, Geto could have just sealed Gojo. When we make that kind of like conversation.
No. I mean, just in general, Kenjaku would have been
having Geto's body. Like, you can't just have Geto be dead.
Yeah, because they needed that split second of Gojo being distracted, and the best way to do that was to throw him off his game. Be like, my eyes tell me that you're not my friend, and my memories tell me my friend is dead. So who the fuck are you standing in front of me? That lapse gave the I forget the sphere's name that
Prison Realm.
Is it really just Prison Realm? I felt like it had a longer, cooler title than that when it was
the Cursed Wombs do, but that's just Prison Realm.
Oh, kind of lame, but whatever. But when Prison Realm was activated, it needed time to suck him in, and then even from the inside, Gojo's doing something. From that one scene when he picked it up and then dropped it because Gojo was kind of resistant. But
I just want Gojo back.
Me too, but like he's just so. It's like, okay, Gojo comes back. He does the same exact thing that happened when Nanami attacked the testing ground. He comes up, he destroys the barrier, he's flying in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
He just senses around, okay, this bad guy, and he just teleports around to each one of them and just kills each one of them. And just eliminates all. He did the same thing.
Do it.
I have not seen anything from Kenjaku that shows me he'd be able to put up a fight against Gojo. But
I think the gravity would be a big fucking help, though. It's not going to help against any of Gojo's ranged attacks, but it would help if Gojo even tries to get close to him.
True, but then, I don't know, maybe.
And again, it's not going to help against, like, purple.
Yeah, and then Sukuna's just reputation.
Yeah, Sukuna is the one where I legitimately just have to see how it goes.
I still give so much props to that dude. The one that caught Gojo's hands in the movie.
Miguel. I see that fucking clip all the time.
Dude, when you sit there and you look at how long the two of them actually fought, I was like, he stalled Gojo out.
And he took the biggest ass whooping because of it.
And he just kept going. And then he's just rolling. He's just sitting there with Yuta in Africa afterwards. Just chilling.
Beat so hard you're mentoring my mentee.
Right.
But that must be Gojo likes Miguel, though. He must respect Miguel if he's just like, yo, Yuta, go to Africa with this.
I beat on this guy forever, and he's still alive.
That's a good sign. He's going to teach you well. He took these hands for one straight minute. No one else can even live to say that.
Those were some hands, too.
Those are some fucking hands.
That combination attack.
It reminds me of when that guy in the Heavenly Inventory arc was rolling up on Geto being like, cursed manipulation. He's going to be shitty at throwing hands, and he's going to back-to-back dual-page spreads of Geto mollywopping this guy.
Yeah.
So good. I can't wait for the Heavenly Inventory arc. That's what I really can't wait for. Just animate that. It's going to be so good.
I just need Toji on my screen.
Toji, baby. And Geto mollywopping.
I don't think anime owners are ready for the fucking what Toji's going to roll up and do.
To the narrative.
The narrative.
Get ready for 30 straight episodes of Toji dick riding from Gege.
Yeah.
Straight up Toji dick riding. Any moment it's like, he's strong. And then he remembered back to Toji, strongest Zenin.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, that guy punches hard. But not as hard as a heavenly restriction user like Toji. Oh, man, someone hasn't mentioned Toji in a while yet. Toji revives!
Wild. Goes to see his son. Ah, yes.
I can die now.
Your last name is not Zenin. Good. Let me stab myself in the neck.
Oh, that is kind of touching, though. I like that. That he gets that little bit of confirmation in the end that Gojo kept his word.
Yeah.
Well, not even kept his word. Like more like he heard you out. He never promised to.
It's kind of like a Roger and Garp situation in One Piece.
Yeah.
Because Roger was about to be executed. He tells Garp at this cage, he's like, yo, I got this woman pregnant. Watch after my kid.
Go check in that shit if you can.
Yeah. And boom, Ace pops out. 18 months later. Yeah. Or is it 16?
I don't like that wacky twist for the sake of twists.
The mom.
That's a mentally not right baby.
Yeah, the mom. Because...
That's not the Flex Oda thinks it is.
No, it's that because the Navy was going around being like, if there's anyone on this fucking island that's pregnant anywhere around the time that Roger was here, they just took all of the pregnant women and they were never seen again, so they were fucking killed. Yeah, so she just fucking kept that bitch in there as long as she could, and it killed her. She totally died from it. But yeah, just so that he could live.
I mean, I don't know absolute anything about pregnancy, but I feel like Ace also would not live.
I feel like some shit would happen, yeah.
Something bad.
I don't think you could stay in a womb.
Also, wouldn't you look more pregnant if you were holding that fucking baby in?
Probably. But I mean, more pregnant just means like twins.
More pregnant means like you have the waistline of a normal human being now.
Right.
The Oda's eye.
It's shonen, bro.
It's Oda. Oda especially.
Yeah.
I saw a fucking volleyball scene from a One Piece movie, and it's like toothpicks throwing a ball around. Sorry, toothpicks with two balls throwing a ball around.
I've seen that. I have not seen that movie, but I've seen that scene.
I bet you have.
Every One Piece fan has seen that scene.
Yeah. You haven't watched the movie yet? You pleb.
One Piece movies are not that good.
You pleb. You fake fan.
Film Z was good. I watched that one. There was another one. Film Gold I hear good things about. Stampede was good. And then I hear Film Red is good. But that's it. And there's like 15 One Piece movies.
Fake fan. That's like 1/1000th of the content.
It's more like 1/15th of the content.
Well, more like 1/150th. You got to add a 0 because they're in thousands of chapters.
Excuse me, sir. Code Geass is your number one, and you haven't seen their movies.
I choose not to.
I choose not to watch.
You just listed movies. A whole bunch of other ones that were all right.
I named 4 out of 15.
You haven't seen any other of those 15?
No, but I could tell you they're not good. I could tell you that, and any other fan would agree with me. Don't give me that stink eye, motherfucker.
Miss Shanks' daughter.
That's Film Red.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet because it's not online. I can't pirate it yet. I have to wait.
It's on Crunchyroll.
No,
is it? Is it not? Really?
Nope. Oh. I'm sure it will be eventually.
Oh, is that why you haven't watched it? Is just because it's not available?
Yeah, it's just not available for me to see it. It came into theaters, but I was just like, at the time.
I wouldn't have gone to theaters for a One Piece movie.
I might have for that because Shanks, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, I knew it was coming up and I could have gone to it. It's not like there were things that stopped me from going to it, but I was just like...
Plus, to be a little fair, musical would probably be better in theaters.
Yeah. True that.
Yeah. I feel like the sound system matters more than the gigantic screen.
But, like, when Mugen Train came out, I was like, I knew I had to see that in theaters because I
Zero.
read that. Yeah, and that because I read both those chapters, like both those two movies are gonna slap. So
like, I gotta see this. I have to see the content, and then season 2 comes out, and I'm like, hey, here's 7 episodes of that content.
Yeah, I was kind of upset about that. I mean, it kind of expanded some things. So I was like, that's kind of cool, but I didn't think you needed to do it over 7 episodes.
We watched that little bit at the beginning, where you get that extra content of like
Rengoku first
running on the train tracks and shit.
Yeah,
and we skipped the Mugen Train recap. And went straight into the Red Light District.
Speaking of so technically episode 1's already out.
Yeah, the movie thing.
Because they had the movie.
Saw a bunch of dumbasses being like, "Oh, this is a scam! What bullshit! It has 2 episodes from last season." Yeah, they said that everywhere.
It did say that
everywhere.
Of course, it's like.
Would you rather a Swordsmith Village movie and then 7 episodes of Swordsmith Village?
Swordsmith Village is too long of an arc.
I figure, but I still don't want to see that happen again. They give me a movie and then 12 episodes of the movie.
Well, just look at it this way, because like season 2 was 7 episodes of Mugen Train, and then however many of that one arc. If when they do Swordsmith Village, it's going to be the full 20-25 episodes of just that. Probably. And they have to end it at the end of that. They cannot, because literally the next arc is the last arc.
Oh, wow.
And it is not something the way
that's
that
why
arc
there's 3 Hashiras on the promotion for Swordsmith Village.
Only 2. I mean, then who's the other one?
I don't even know his name or what he looks like, really.
Because there's only 2 that are involved in it, but maybe they mentioned someone. Because he's a
very violent looking person.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I think you mean Genya, who is. Yeah, that's Genya. He's the Wind Hashira's younger brother.
Ah.
And then you have the Love Hashira and the Mist Hashira.
Could not have picked the 2 Hashiras I am least interested in.
The Mist one, he's very bland-ish. He has a. Well, I mean, honestly, all of the Hashiras have great backstories.
Good, because they need it.
All of them. I don't think. Well, the only one that doesn't have a backstory is Tengen. Uzui.
Okay.
Uzui is the only.
I was scared you were gonna say Tomioka. I was scared. Oh, I'll suffocate you. It's not your fault, and I'll still suffocate you.
No, I mean he doesn't like. Because Tomioka's quote unquote backstory is like more. It's kind of half, or it's not half, but it's already been touched on in the first season, because he's the only student of the water thing that's gone anywhere.
Yeah.
But there is more to that.
Good.
In the next arc type deal, but because the final arc, it's an invasion type arc, so it's like you have like
all the Hashiras that are left. I'm hoping.
Well, yeah, because they're the ones being invaded.
Okay, good. Because there's still Snake Guy, Super Violent Guy, Monk Guy.
Gyoma, or something like that, is the monk guy. He's the strongest. He's fucking amazing. His backstory is so sad.
And Violent Guy.
Forgetting his name now. He's one of my favorite people.
And Snake Guy. I think that's the only ones that are left.
His backstory, the Snake one. Before we say anything, so we don't look like plebs, because
I'm not going to remember any of their names, and I'm the one that's good with the names.
Well, because I'm terrible with names.
You should look up Hashira specifically.
Oh, I should have, yes.
Yeah, you kind of need to.
Boom, there you go. Obane, Iro's Snake Guy. He has a great backstory. Both of these two they go together, kind of. Genya is fucking amazing. I love him. We're going to get super into him this season. Michiro, same thing, but his backstory's kind of weird. Tengen Uzui doesn't have one. Sanemi is amazing. I love his character. Everyone fucking hates him right now because you only see him in that one scene where he stabs Nemegumi. But when you see his backstory, and by off chance Genya, because they're brothers, you'll see some of it in this arc. This guy, he's my favorite character. And he's my favorite demon hunter before he became a demon slayer. His way of killing demons before they discovered who he was is the most badass way imaginable. And
rip their head
off? No, that's more Gyoma, because he just went around fighting people with his fists. Or where is he? What's his real name? I don't think that's it. Where is it? I don't even see him on this list. The Stone Hashira. Oh, Gyome Himijima. But yeah, this next season is going to be lit. It's going to be, 2 Hashira and...
It looked like 4 upper ranks.
Technically 2.
On the poster, at least.
Technically 2, because one of them is technically 3 of them. It's kind of a deal with Daki and...
yeah. We get a 3 for 1.
So, in that sense, it makes it a 4 for 1, yes. Because it's Genya Tanjiro, Nezuko, Mitsuri, and Michirio Tokito versus all that. Because there's no Inosuke and Zenitsu in this arc.
You know what? That's a worthwhile trade.
Because Zenitsu sucks.
Zenitsu.
Zenitsu.
Oh, that's brutal.
Zenitsu.
I didn't know you've been in the yaoi communities lately. Getting some Inosuke on.
No, Inosuke is fucking amazing.
It's worth losing Inosuke to not have to deal with Zenitsu.
Zenitsu sucks ass.
I hate him so much.
There's one scene in the final arc that you can like about him, and then everything else is trash. Because I hate the aspect of when he's sleeping, he's kind of cool. But
here we go. I finally get a chance to retcon this. When I said that Demon Slayer never breaks my suspension of disbelief.
That right there.
And me and my partner are watching the Entertainment District arc as fucking Zenitsu's sleeping and talking and strategizing. And I'm literally screaming at the television.
For like 8 straight episodes.
I know! It makes no fucking sense. You completely...
I get it.
Man's not sleeping at this point.
I got it. I understood it in the first time he ever does it. Yeah, you get knocked out and all of a sudden he just like real quick. I was like, okay, so he's a one and done character.
That makes sense.
But then on the train he did the one and done, but then was standing with Nezuko protecting her kind of thing. And I'm like,
you lose me at talking.
Yeah.
You lose me at strategizing in your sleep.
Bullshit.
I was pissed. I was genuinely pissed.
But I'm actually super hyped that that's starting in April, like right around the corner. Because, actually, I can't believe my stupid brain didn't think about this when we talked before the podcast about saying, oh, this season must be ended soon. Yeah, it's going to end soon because it's March. It's going to end in spring, which is March 22. We're trying to count episode numbers. We
are about 25 days away from Hell's Paradise.
Nice. So Hell's Paradise and Demon Slayer. See, this I will take my eaten poorly winter season anime for my eaten good spring season anime.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got Demon Slayer and Hell's Paradise, and I'm sure there's other things that I just don't know about.
The moment Hell's Paradise ends, we get JJK back. Like,
beautiful. And then when that happens... And so you're telling me JJK and Attack on Titan are going to be airing at the same time?
I have no clue when Attack on Titan airs. The whole schedule seems so fucking weird to me.
I think, or maybe it's in spring.
I see Attack on Titan fans get one episode and then they're like, "Oh, it's going to be forever till we eat."
Well, because
are they even going to air at the same time? Or are they going to drop one more episode and then like wait another 3 months?
It's finishing this year. It's both Core 2's
well, that would
part
still be
2,
within this year.
Episode 3 is this year.
From the copium from the fans, it sounds like they're putting out an episode, waiting months, putting out an episode, waiting months, putting out an episode.
What I saw is that they're splitting this final few episodes they have into 2 parts. One coming out spring or summer, the other one coming out fall or winter. And then it's done.
The way they're talking, it sounds like just this episode, and then now you're going to wait till winter.
That would be horrid. But then at the same time, makes perfect sense because MAP is doing it, and I just mentioned 4 different MAPPA titles that are coming back to back to back to back.
Let's have all the MAPPA titles. See, Vinland Saga's airing right now.
Well, Vinland Saga is easy because it's fucking Farmville. This season is Farmville, which is kind of why I haven't, because I'll wait until it's over and binge it all at once, because I feel so bad for any anime-only person out there that's just discovered, like myself, that just discovered Vinland Saga with season 1 and watched the fucking glory that season 1 Vinland Saga is. That is so good to then get Farmville.
Well, someone did say it looked beautiful.
It does. But season 1 is just action after action after action, plot, political twists, and political meanderings to then fucking Thorfinn
The
being
Walking Dead season 2.
Thorfinn being depressed on a farm somewhere.
I want some Walking Dead edits of Vinland Saga now.
But so I've been thinking about this.
Thorfinn, don't open that barn. There's walkers in there.
Oh, Jesus. But it's like people don't know who that dude is. It seems like, because I've seen some scenes, and it's like that dude will fuck all of you up. Thorfinn's no joke. He's a fighter. Because literally since episode 1, when he was a child, his whole main part was, I'm going to learn how to kill people and kill Askeladd.
Murder.
You and Josh should watch that together. I think you guys would like it.
I've tried.
Vinland? You've tried with Vinland Saga?
Yeah. Well, we haven't started it, but he is not interested.
Right. So, I don't know why. That's so weird, though. Does he just not like action anime that much? Does he need like?
I'm not even sure if that's really the word for it. Because we watch Chainsaw Man, we watch JJK, we watch Shonen.
I don't know, Vinland Saga, because I put Vinland Saga Season 1 above JJK Season 1 and Chainsaw Man Season 1. I put Vinland Saga as more... I think that, it got a lot of hype. I think it would have got more hype.
Honestly, that made me want to watch it just to disagree, but that's
a
knee-jerk reaction.
First off, Chainsaw Man Season 1 is nothing compared to what Chainsaw Man has to offer. You know what I mean?
That's also
so
very
it's
true.
A very low bar to pass because it's like, oh, it's Chainsaw Man. Yeah, but it's Chainsaw Man Season 1. It's set up. There's nothing going on.
That sentence made me go from being worried to horny so fast.
I'm just like...
It's true, the next arc is really the meat of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, where it catches up, and the same with... JJK, but JJK.
Yeah, JJK's next season also where it's gonna hit.
Season 1 was pretty fire too.
It was fire, but it was also literally all set up. Because when I read Shibuya, I was sitting there kind of amazed at how perfectly the first season just sets up everything you need to know for them to start doing world-changing shit immediately after.
Exactly. But I think that's too because I think Gege knew
his shit would get an anime.
Well, no, that he was. I want to draw this manga, and it's going to be roughly X amount of chapters long. So I have, I'm going to do the first 30 chapters set up to this huge, big event in Shibuya that's going to tie into this Culling game thing and into the end game.
And then I'll play it as I go.
Yeah, so I think he had at least the broad strokes of the whole thing planned out. Which is good. That's what you should do. I think any author should have. If I don't I don't enjoy reading a manga or watching an anime when I'm like, you guys are just making it up as you go along.
I hate that feeling.
I hate it, and because it's just so much more compelling.
I hate even wondering if that's the case. You know what I mean? I hate when they give me even the room to doubt.
The only time I felt like that in anything is honestly, Gurren Lagann. You get that feeling, but it works
but in a good way.
Yeah, in a beautiful way.
Almost like Dandadan too. It's because they have something so great, they're like, what do we do next?
It's like, but then it's like with Dandadan, it's like, I want to see what wacky new poltergeist is coming out, or what new crazy
It's almost like no matter what kind of weird way you want to go, I'm there for it.
Yeah, exactly. But then like a more, the anime, like, Dandadan doesn't take itself too seriously. No. It takes itself seriously when it needs to, but overarching, it doesn't.
Future Diaries, a good example for this then.
But,
where it's really stupid, mix it up as it goes, it doesn't make it better.
Yeah, and I don't get that feeling of them making it up with JJK or Chainsaw Man or, like, Hell's Paradise or any of these, which is good.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't want that. So any new manga or anything I look for, I kind of want. That's an aspect I think should be in all manga. Is like, if you're gonna make a manga, you should have
a skeleton ready. Know what your end is.
Yeah, because like this, obviously, exceptions to the rules. Which honestly, these 3 exceptions, that I'm gonna bring up, and sure you can get them in almost instantly, is that Shonen has taken a step away from that avenue is the old school Big Three, where
Stretch
it was
out right before you should end.
well, not even that. It's just like they're so much longer that there is a 0% chance that Kubo had anything planned concrete after the Soul Society arc. He kind of didn't know what he was gonna do after he set up Aizen as a bad guy. You know what I mean? And then Naruto, you can see some of it. It just Naruto jumps off the tracks real hard late game.
Yeah.
And One Piece, at least, you can tell 100% Oda's got a skeleton, and then he's taken that skeleton and he's like, okay, let me put some muscle on this or meat
I can fit a cool story I want to tell that I thought of a couple months ago.
So he has the skeleton. He's like, okay, we're working on this bone, and it's like you start with a bone, and then it's like when you're done, you're like, we're gonna put all of this other stuff on it, and then that's gonna lead to this. So there's a lot of branching out in One Piece which is also why
it's
such
so
long.
It's also such a broad story that allows for it. Like you couldn't do that with like a JJK as much.
Yes. But then, too, once you've read all
You're like,
One Piece...
I can't tell a whole story about slavery and classism out of nowhere.
Exactly. And especially because I think what Oda had planned was all of the mystery stuff that he sprinkles at you every so often, that with all the One Piece fans gobble up that shit. That's like the most hype stuff. One Piece fans... Because all of like the One Piece creators on YouTube will say it too, and I totally agree with them. One Piece is an adventure story, not a battle shonen story.
Yeah.
And so all of our most hype moments that we can remember of all the series is the info drop stuff, the world building stuff. You know what I mean?
Besides everyone hyping up Kaido.
Yeah.
Which is also fair. It is like the newest, biggest fight, so...
Yeah, well, Kaido's... because that...
Maybe in 5 years I won't be able to say that anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, because the thing with Kaido, too, is we've been building up for Kaido for the past, 10 years.
Yeah.
Kaido's...
It's still a fight rather than an info drop, though.
No, yes, but because that's why we're right now in the anime, anyway. Because manga, we're obviously past that, and we're getting the juicy stuff. But Kaido's been being built up since Punk Hazard and that's like 4 or 5 arcs to get to Kaido.
Yeah.
Over the span of, I'm pretty sure, almost 10 years of manga.
There's one other fight in there that was also hyped for the fight, which is Dofi.
Well, that too a lot of that was because Dressrosa is such a great arc. Dressrosa is a better Alabasta.
Still, for the fight.
But anyway, to the original point, Oda, I think, had the overarching story if he knew the ancient history. He obviously, because he said he's known what the One Piece is since the beginning, and he's never changed it. He said the One Piece is what the One Piece has always been, type deal. He's not changed. He's changed 2 things about getting there. He changed the name of it from Raft Tail to Laugh Tail, so he retconned that, and he changed. I think it might have actually just been an anime thing. They said that you just sail straight there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All you'd have to do is keep going through the Grand Line, and eventually you'd get to it. But he's like, that doesn't make sense for all the powerful pirates or the world building. Anyone could. It wouldn't
get the One Piece. Yeah.
Anyone could get it.
It's a race.
So then he added the road poneglyphs that you would need to get all of them, and each one is controlled by powerful factions that then, you know what I mean. So it's like it's not so easy. It's not easy to get.
There was one ring for the men, or however many. You know, 9. I don't know Lord of the Rings, but yeah,
9 rings.
Yeah.
But so I think he had that planned out, and then he just didn't have the journey plan, the full journey planned out. There is a drawing that I could probably find it for you, because there's a concept art for all the Straw Hats of original Straw Hats that Oda drew. Yeah. Is it this one?
I like that Louis-ass looking version of Chopper, yeah.
Yeah, because, Frankie looks way different.
Yeah.
I wish I could bring up a picture of this, a bigger picture. Hopefully this... Yeah. So see, Chopper's straight up a dude, and he's got a fucking sword.
Great.
The main cast, so you got Brook is still a skeleton, because so he knew he wanted a skeleton on the crew. Sanji looks almost exactly the same. Nami looks identical.
Literally
Zoro and Luffy. Nami, Zoro, and Luffy, the first three members look the same. Usopp right here looks more like his dad. He looks just like Yasopp, his dad. And then Frankie looks fucking awful. And then
worse somehow.
Whatever the fuck this thing is over here. And it kind of, so he combined Chopper with these two characters. And then the only person there's only one Straw Hat that's not here right now.
Yeah, Robin. Shit, my favorite.
No, there's two Straw Hats that aren't here.
So Jinbei?
Yes.
Which one you're thinking?
I wasn't sure if you knew if Jinbei joins,
Yeah.
because Jinbei's character is introduced very early in the story, but doesn't join the crew until very late in the story. He only joins in Wano. That's when he officially joins the crew. But yeah, so this is like the concept, the early concept. So obviously right here, he obviously didn't know fully because Brook looks way different. And he's not
Frankie's
just
the better example of
Chopper. Honestly, I think is the best.
Yeah.
Frankie just looks like a weirdo.
Yeah.
If that's even supposed to be Frankie, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a
could
name
just
here.
literally cut him and make a new character.
But yeah, so it's stories like that. Like Gege obviously has an idea of where he wants to go with JJK. Hell's Paradise is over, so we don't have to worry about poetry.
It also looked like, from what I could tell, a very tight narrative that was planned from the start.
Yeah, and Chainsaw Man, I think
there's a mix
part
there.
2 kind of came out of nowhere.
Literally came out of nowhere.
And I think it was part of part 2, I think came up where
Shonen executive walked into the room. Hey, I read your new chapter. Great stuff, Fujimoto. Great stuff. But it almost seems like you're ending it.
I was going to say...
Don't end it.
I think that's a more of a...
business decision.
It got popular. Yeah. We need more. Because I could totally see how Chainsaw Man could have ended in part 1.
It absolutely could have.
And my other one is... But dug a hole for itself is Demon Slayer, which... It was way too far towards completion before the anime popped the fuck off that they're like, we can't fucking do anything with this.
They would have ass pulled, though, for sure, if they had more time to.
It would have been a hard one, too, because they were... I don't remember exactly how far into that final arc they were in when the anime came out, but they were in it, you know what I mean? And when that final arc ends, it's like, yeah, there's... Because it's the same thing. It's like, okay, our problem with JJK, once Sukuna and Kenjaku are dealt with, there's no one else. Once Muzan is dealt with, there's nobody else.
I'm Tanjiro's son, Tanjiro.
Fuck out of here. Well, because it doesn't... If you kill Muzan, it's a Dracula-type situation. All vampires die.
Oh, wow. So not only is it no future demons, it's just a complete...
eradication.
A complete genocide.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah. Because I don't remember.
I don't like that.
I don't remember if they fleshed it out, because they also never fucking tell you how Muzan became a demon. They kind of offhandedly tell you, but then without explaining it. Because he's the first demon, and you're like, okay, who was the dude that did it to him?
Or what did it to him?
Well, we do know those two answers, but we don't know how it did it to him. It's like when someone speaks of it, like, say Muzan was the one telling you right now. He's like, oh, this is what happened. You see a screen behind him.
Oh, they do that, like, where we suddenly muted you sort of deal?
Well, no, he's talking, right?
Okay.
And then, like, instead of the normal backtrack behind him, so he's like, oh, Kohaku gave me medicine and turned me into a demon. Behind him, instead of the background of a wall behind him, it's a still shot image of you giving Muzan the medicine that turns him into a demon. And that's it. That's the explanation. It doesn't flash back to that time period to tell you what's going on.
It reminds me of, like, zombies almost. Like, instead of being a demon, it's like you're a mutated human.
I'm sure there's some data books out there that probably go deeper into it, or some fucking offshot chapter that I just don't know about that maybe explains it. But from what I remember reading it weekly, because I caught up to that just in time to read, like, the last 10 chapters weekly of Demon Slayer before it ended. It just does. It's not a question that's fully expanded. And I said 10 chapters. Fuck very last chapter.
I was about to say you caught up just in time to be disappointed, from what I've heard.
I cannot wait to tell you when the day comes to tell you what bullshittery the last chapter is. Because I could tell you right now. It's not even. It has no ramifications to the story. I don't want to until you get there and you can see for yourself. I hope that you can avoid, because I know you've been getting My Hero spoilers off the ass lately. You go on Twitter and after JJK chapter and it's just in your face.
Yeah, literally.
So I feel like because Demon Slayer is gonna, once the season comes back, manga readers, wait until this happens in the manga. Here's a picture of it. You know what I mean? So hopefully you can avoid the spoilers, because that's not something someone's gonna talk about. That last chapter is not very.
No one wants to remember.
Yeah. So hopefully you can go there, and then I can't wait for you to see the day in the anime that last thing happens, and you're like, what the bullshit is this? It has nothing. It's just bullshit. Why is this here? It should not exist. You just wanted to put an extra chapter here just to have it here. So, I hate it. Not telling you.
I had everything planned out until that last chapter.
And you could honestly never have read it and be fine. If you just read up to the one before it, Demon Slayer ended, and then next week, for whatever reason, they put out another chapter.
What do they do? Some, sad chapter to make Tanjiro feel even sadder after the fact?
No. There's something I could say to that, but...
everyone feels this way about this chapter.
It's just... I wish I could tell you, but I don't want to. I want you
I don't
to
want
experience
you to either.
I want you to experience it the same way I did in the what the fuck is this?
Unless they retcon the ending.
If they do, anime. I'll tell you what fuck happened in the OG. And then you can join me in
the anger.
In the anger and the suffering. Yeah, it's bad. So yeah, hopefully fucking other animes don't do the same bullshit that Demon Slayer did and have some weird last chapter.
Hell's Paradise won't.
No, Hell Paradise won't, because it's over. So I'm just so amped for that, man. Did you see something on Twitter that?
Yeah. It's just a screen cap of Isagi being like, "Baro's obsessed with devouring me." Oh man.
Sure thing, bud.
He just wants to gobble you up.
Oh yes, gobble you up.
Gobble you up.
So
gotta read Blue Lock.
Speaking of gotta read things, I'm gonna have to disappoint you, while at the same time, making you proud, almost maybe. So, I've been thinking about this for a while, and more so recently, that I want to read the big three of Sanin.
Oh.
So Berserk, Vagabond, and Vinland Saga.
That doesn't make me proud.
How does that not make you proud? Those are
that
fucking awesome.
Immediately pushes down 4 other things that I actually asked for.
True.
For 3 things I didn't for any of them. Maybe I did ask you to read Vagabond. I gotta say that.
You have the first
two
Visbig
editions.
Visbig editions.
So I have the first 6 volumes altogether.
One Visbig has 3 volumes in it?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about buying Berserk hard physical.
And then we can pass them back and forth.
Yeah. Vinland Saga maybe, but it could be interchangeable with Kingdom as well. But Kingdom is...
I'm also interested in Kingdom.
Long, man. And I know very little about Kingdom. It seems more based in... I don't want to say realism, but realism in the sense that I don't think there's any kind of... Not that an anime needs to, or manga needs to have superpowers, because Vinland Saga doesn't have it, but...
Or Vagabond.
Or Vagabond, yeah. So I think it's more like those which is fine. But I hear the characters in it are fucking amazing,
I
and
hear the wars are fucking amazing.
I heard that it has one. I don't know the arc title, whatever. I just hear that it has one specific arc that is just like the greatest, like how everyone's like, oh, the Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter is like best shonen arc or whatever, which I disagree with. But
It's not my favorite Hunter x Hunter arc, so it's already
what's yours? Greed Island?
York New City,
York, yeah,
hands down.
that's a good arc.
Again, that scene of where they kidnap Crollo is probably my favorite scene in all of Hunter x Hunter. It's just so lit. Even down to Leorio's part, where he's just sitting in the lobby, saying the plans like he's on the phone.
I like Leorio.
A blackout at 9:30? What? You know what I mean? That was lit planning, lit execution. Yeah. Fucking Killua snapping Pakunoda's arms in that moment in the blackout. Fucking fire.
Talk about a useless fucking spider member.
Pakunoda?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's only useful in her death. Though, give her a little credit. The scenes before, like that, it was pretty tense. Like when she's like trying to get information on Kurapika from Killua.
Yeah.
But like this is when I want to call it Togashi detailing is really fucking good. Because you're sitting there, Killua doesn't know Kurapika's the chain user, but I forget what this word's called, dramatic irony. We know more than the characters do, and it makes it so tense because like Pakunoda's like, I'm reading your mind, and Killua is like, I don't even know who the fuck that is right now, even though I know that person. It's just.
But he puts it together almost immediately after that, which too is super tenseful because now it's like if she
touches me one more time.
Yeah.
That's when like Togashi's like in his bag, man.
But I've been wanting to. I guess it's really the big four if you want, because Kingdom.
Yeah, you got to throw Kingdom in there.
Well, because I would say
this isn't like Fairy Tail getting left out.
Fairy Tail wouldn't be considered in the first place anyway.
Oh no, I remember some people throwing around Big Four back in the day when Fairy Tail was still coming out.
Nah, never. Not in your fucking life. Get out of here. I would think that if you were to say the big three of signing, then you'd say it would be the Kingdom, Vagabond, Berserk.
Yeah.
So Vinland Saga would be the fourth.
Vinland Saga would be the Fairy Tail.
No, that's an affront to fucking Vinland Saga. But Berserk, man, I've just been wanting to read that for a while.
Me, when you start reading all the seinen before you fucking finish Promised Neverland or start Blue Lock.
Me, as you continue to remain in Skypiea.
Hey, I'm working on it, though.
Are you, though? When were you last working on it?
You know what's so funny? I had so many plans this week. I was going to catch up on Blue Lock. I was going to catch up on Gachi Akuta, stay up on my up-to-dates on weeklies. And specifically, I was going to read 3 One Piece chapters, just so when this moment happens, I can shove it in your face. But I didn't.
You bastard.
But I didn't.
That
was literally part of my plans, though. I was like, I got to read like at least one One Piece chapter so he can't say shit.
Speaking of reading shit and... oh no, did I not? I didn't. No. I have to try and find it, because when you read something and you're like caught up to fucking...
Ku Raku Gai.
Yes, thank you. I had to get it in front of me.
I haven't started it yet, but I knew exactly what you're going for.
Yes. Goku Gai. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. I'm not good. I'm sorry with these names. Oh, does it 7 chapters now? Why does it say 7 chapters?
Because 5.1.
Ah, yes, that's why. Which was... so I am really digging it. I think the characters are great so far. I mean, six chapters, but each chapter... I mean, it's probably more like saying it's 15 chapters, because each one of those chapters are long chapters. But it's setting up some interesting stuff, and there's 5 or so like kind of main-ish characters that kind of introduces you to, and then so far I've seen two villains that seem to be like kind of not endgame villains, but like they're going to be a big prominent. They're not going to be a one and done type thing, and then one that could potentially just be a one and done. But so it's been three villains have been introduced, other than just the random monsters that you're fighting. So
and then other early game stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still early, so we'll see where it goes. But so far, I'm going to be reading it, so I'm going to add it to my weekly, bi-weekly, hopefully not monthly.
It looks monthly.
Hopefully not monthly. Please, I'll cry. I already have Spy Family in that category.
New chapter in 28 days.
Oh, does it say that?
Yeah.
Brutal. Yeah, it does say that. I didn't catch that. My soul aches. But I don't know. So, but listen. So now that the longer it goes, with like Ginka and Gluka, for example, or Gachiakuta, the longer it goes, it's just the more we have to talk about when I actually catch up.
I was actually just thinking of Gachiakuta while you're talking about that too, because I really need to get back on it.
Is it not on?
What?
Gachiakuta?
Nope. It is Kodansha.
So I'd have to just find it
on a browser. Yeah. I have a pretty good site. I'll send it to you. I'm trying to find a specific page now.
I hate that you view something and then now it's just forever and you continue reading. So what I like? Oh, look at that. There you go. Press and hold it. Remove from list. Perfect. My thing is like, so I don't have the time to sit down and just... What's that from?
Gachiakuta.
Okay, then I'll start reading it. I just don't have the time to sit down and like, right now anyway, with how things are going, I need to start settling down with some of the things I got going on in the personal side of life. But I just don't have time to sit down and read 20 chapters straight of like a single thing.
No, I feel you. I don't even have as much going on in my life, and I still can't.
So trying to catch up on new series is a struggle. But it's easier though for me. So like Hell's Paradise, I fucking crushed through that because we were on the physical copies.
Which is better, let's be real.
It's way easier to read physical copy. It's easier to flip a page than to scroll. Especially once you really get into it.
I even hate zooming. I like just getting in there in the book. Like,
yeah.
I can't find the page of Jabberwocky that I'm looking for.
Jabberwocky?
Oh, yeah. This guy's fucking light.
Is he a Jabberwock?
No, he's just awesome.
That's him?
Yeah.
Looks like a pirate.
That's him before his claws.
Oh, he has claws. Lay him on me.
I'll lay him on you. Where is the pictures I just saw?
Oh, shit. Those are way... Oh, never mind. It's just close up. I thought they were huge, but he's just like sticking his hand like towards the outside.
Yeah,
of the
toward
page.
camera.
Yeah.
I can't find the picture I was looking for though, because they're in the middle of a fight, and he fucking, for reasons I won't say it, like poisons himself or something. And the next panel, he's fucking, and you can see the speech bubble coming out of his mouth. It's so cool.
Dope.
Super dope. I thought it would be like the first fucking picture when I googled this. But no, but it's really lit.
I don't know. I just need... I've always known about those big four of the Sannin.
So you don't want to leave them there sitting.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going to happen with Berserk now that the author's dead. I think the editor had picked up some of it. He at least... I don't know the details, but I know he put out at least a chapter or two. I don't know if he's continuing it to wrap up the story or if he's gonna wrap it up within the next, like, say, like, he's only gonna release, like, say, 5 chapters to tie it all up, or if he, I don't know how far into Berserk is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like how much more was planned.
Like, I have a rough idea of how much more JJK has, and One Piece. You know what I mean? But like, I know nothing of Berserk. Literally, it's like I couldn't tell you how long Kaiju has left or Chainsaw Man because there's no indicator, and my non-indicator for Berserk is my lack of knowledge of the Berserkverse. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, any Berserk fans that are currently listening to this, my only exposure to Berserk is the anime. Oof. Yeah, I watched that 3D Abomination when it first came out.
Oof.
Yeah, and it's not even the good one or decent one, though. The old Berserk
90s one. Oh no!
Is it that old or is it early 2000s?
I thought it was 90s. It could be early 2000s.
Yeah, well, either way, that one I haven't seen that one. I've seen scenes from it.
So what, you watched the 3D one?
I did. Yeah, it's bad, real bad, dude.
I just went through the whole results and didn't get the page I wanted.
Sadness.
Super sadness.
But I don't know, maybe I'll. Excuse me. Maybe I'll look into Berserk and see how much physicals are, because I mean, if like the first fucking few volumes are going to be like astronomically priced, I might not.
Go for it.
Yeah, I might not want to. But we'll see. I'll look into it, but I definitely want to read them.
I'd say either way, you need to devote some more time to manga, so you can read those and Promise Neverland.
Yeah, I know.
Do you?
I do, but I don't know. It's just like I forget Promise Neverland. Not that I forget it exists. It's just I forget about it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, I'm reading this, or oh, there's a new chapter of this, and I don't know. It's just
as much as I love Blue Lock more than anything else, you should be Promised Neverland.
And see, this is another reason that I'm like iffy to get into Kingdoms, because 750 chapters. That's a lot. Holy Jesus, I knew it was long. I didn't think it was up there that long. Though. But like, look at this. That is a fucking double page spread and a half right there.
Oh my lord, yes.
And then this, whatever this is, holy sh. Manga, man, so good.
I'm straight digging through to find this page now.
You know, our problem is we were doing so good on when we were reading Promised Neverland in that group. Is that the page you're looking for?
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that!
Is that not fucking cool?
Cool.
Even in the next panel too, it's still coming out of his mouth. I love that.
Did you just go to where you were reading it?
Yeah, I opened it in a new tab and like it starts scrolling back because I don't want to lose my place.
We were reading 7 chapters at a time of Promised Neverland and discussing it, and it's probably you, and your partner. That's probably the ones we're kind of pseudo reviewed the most, because we were taking it 7 chapters at a time for a long time, and just we would take it, talk about it, take it, talk about it, read it, talk about it, read it, talk about it, and we were diving into it. But then, you know, that one time that one of us fell behind, and then it just kind of all fell apart.
I think specifically me.
Probably. But hey, that group chat still exists, so I can go back and look at exactly where I left off. I remember.
I even know what scene you left off on too. It was when they were out in the woods with the brown skinned girl and all the atoms started coming out.
Nope.
No.
The last thing I saw was, oh my god, I forgot her name. Emma was in that other world on like standing on water talking to whatever the fuck, like, the god. Yeah, talking to him, whatever. the mismatch of symbols and letters. Yeah. And it wasn't really talking to him, just was like, yo, what's up? That's like where it left off. So I was like, damn. So what I'm going to have to do is go back 7 chapters.
Catch back up on some context
of whatever was going on, and then go from there. and see how it ends.
Say to see
because
your take on it.
That was another one because that was one that people said that the ending seemed rushed or whatever, and you were saying it didn't.
I think there's a truth to it. I do think it seemed like there's. I don't want to say it yet. There's one specific thing I think they kind of like pivoted to end a little faster than it should have. But even if it was rushed, I think it came out like a pretty dang good ending, honestly.
Well, because that's two that like so. Promise Neverland's ending was, I don't want to say controversial, but split the fan base. And Attack on Titan does the same. So those are two right now in my sphere that I'm interested in seeing how they end. Way later than when
than them ending,
than then ending and people talking about it, but and seeing how I feel about it, and if I feel the same way as them. Fuck the anime of Promise Neverland, though. I'll never forgive them for what they did.
I don't even know what happened. That was like
because season 1 was so popular, right?
It was so why popular? It was amazing.
Why wouldn't they want to milk that for all it's worth?
Damn near masterpiece, honestly. I can't think of any like big fault for it.
Well, because I knew they would have to, because for anime only people, you kind of like so the beginning. Promise Neverland season 1 is more of like the suspenseful horror, and that's just not what Promise Neverland is about after season 1.
I don't know what to call it after that. Thriller, adventure, an adventure thriller.
Because like the whole beginning part is you trying, and it's not even the monsters. It's the mother figure.
I even think when the soldiers come, it still has a little bit of horror, but it's when you're in Goldie Pond that it feels less horror.
Yeah,
but like the bunker stuff still kind of had some horror to it. To me,
that whole dude he wasn't even there. They just went to the bunker and
Hugo.
Yes,
I think his name is.
Yeah. I loved him. He was a good character.
The person we only knew as that guy for the longest time.
Yeah.
And they don't even get to meet him.
It's a travesty. It really
is. Skip over the best goddamn arc, too.
Goldie Pond.
Hugo.
Lewis.
Yes.
G of G's. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yes, that guy. Pouring out for my boy.
Pouring out for my boy.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I just need to find the time to sit down and just
read Berserk instead.
Just read. Well, I think I'm gonna. I'll do some more research because if I'm gonna pseudo commit to buying physicals, it'd be like I'd get 1 or 2 physicals in.
Let's say at least that's the one good thing with physicals is it's gonna take longer.
Yeah, because I'm definitely not buying all Berserk one go. Fuck right out of here. It's just not gonna happen. I don't know how many chapters. Let's actually look that up. How many chapters of Berserk are there? That's the wrong button. I mean, it's probably a lot because Berserk has been around for a long time too, but I just don't know how long. Let's see, Berserk manga. Click this link. Oh god, this is like the worst structured Wikipedia page I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my lord.
41 volumes. So, couple hundred. What's that? 400 chapters?
Oh, I would say 400.
Let's see. Scroll all the way down.
Oh, well, you're a lot closer than my guess would have been. Holy shit.
371.
Yeah.
And they got... Why is 83 not in the volume? That's weird. Look, right here, God of the Abyss 2.
Was omitted from volume 13. Huh.
It's strange. But anyway, yeah, they got chapters 365 to 371 not in a volume released yet. But then that's the thing, though. I don't have shelf space anywhere in my house for 41 manga volumes.
My volumes are all in boxes.
But, I don't know. We'll see if I decided to do this or not.
It wouldn't be hard to make room, though.
No, I mean, I could find somewhere to do this. You just got to kind of, like you say, make room. You know what I mean?
No.
But, That's all it is. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of mangas that I need to catch up on, or I need to read, or just ones I've started that just kind of left to the wayside once I really got into it going. Like, I haven't read any more Witch Watch. I haven't read any more Undead Unlock. And I'm kind of barely scratching the surface of both of those, and they're both decently established at this point, you know what I mean? Witch Watch has 90-something chapters, I think, and Undead Unlock is 140, 120 range, somewhere. 100 and something. I don't know.
Do it.
Just do it. But we'll see. You need to read Goku Rukai Kogai. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's going to be hard for me to say. It's going to be hard for me to say that.
Goku Rakugai.
Yes.
It is a bit rough.
It is. But I think you'll like it. I think it's going to be up your alley, too.
Once I finish catching up on all the shit I need to catch up on.
Is that a list of everything right there?
That's a list of everything I've been reading up to date.
Oh.
So I still have Gachiakuta here to catch up on, which is like 12 chapters.
And Spy Family, but that's only one chapter. So.
Yeah, and Record of Ragnarok, which is also like 12 chapters behind.
We talked about that earlier, and I'm just like, the anime has so...
I commented that it ruined my own hype. I was in the middle of reading the manga when season 1 dropped.
What app is that?
It's called Mangatop. It's my not as official app. This is where...
Is there a subscription to it, or is it just...
No, it's just... but it might be iOS, because I've definitely shown you this before.
Oh, that would make me sad.
It's also way behind on Blue Lock. What the fuck?
Sadness. That anything would be behind.
What the fuck? Don't think I don't read Blue Lock on there.
You said Manga Top?
Yeah. What the fuck? It's like 5 chapters behind on Blue Lock. No, it's like worse. It's like 8 chapters behind on Blue Lock. Holy shit.
Yeah, iOS. It's not on here. I can search it. When I type in manga, it's like the second option. But it ain't here. I got the Manga Plus by Shueisha, Manga Tune, Shonen Jump app, and then Viz Manga app.
So that information in mind, I'm at least 12 behind on Record of Ragnarok. There could be even more on top of that, with Blue Lock being 8 behind on this app.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go to a browser for Record of Ragnarok when I'm catching up.
I do have plenty of browser windows open for myself. But, that's how life works sometimes.
Oh.
Arg, matey.
I'm still in this fight. Oh, I don't like this fight.
You don't like that fight?
Like
Record of Ragnarok?
I just don't think they did Hades all that much justice.
Sadness, because Hades is an amazing character, yeah.
He's like a reskinned Poseidon to me.
Even worse. Sadness. They just look exactly the same or something?
They have like the same move set, I'd put it. From what I've seen, this fight's probably over by now.
Yeah.
Fucking Buddha though. Buddha slaps.
Nice.
Buddha slaps hard.
I mean, maybe it's my own ignorance, but that's not what I would assume him to look like.
No, I don't they don't really care about respecting people's cultures. I saw people bitching about Shiva, and I was like, the moment I saw some of the
Shiva's
fights coming
blue,
up,
though, right?
Yeah.
At least he's got. I mean, that's something. That just looks like a dude calling himself Buddha.
Right when I saw Shiva coming up on the fights too, I was like, oh, someone's gonna take offense to this. It's Buddha and his enemy.
Who's his enemy, or combatant? What human is that? Because isn't it gods versus humans?
It is.
Yeah, and that's not a human, so... Spoilers, man!
Isn't that interesting, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes. Twist my beard. Or mustache, rather.
It just looks so good. Like, how could you butcher this? Like...
Pretty easily, I guess.
Yeah, by taking the fucking PNG and spinning it.
Can't bully.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good place as any to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Regular Ragnarok anime is bad. Don't watch it.
Yeah. And hopefully next time I'll be all caught up in everything.
Yeah, we'll have some Dan to talk about.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful.
Hopefully we'll read both the chapters we'll have next week.
Right, because we're going to read one and then be...
It's going to come out... So I'm pretty sure it comes out Monday morning. I think that's confirmation. Because I definitely read it the last time I was at work.
And if you haven't checked it out already, go check out our previous episode 5, where we talk about our top 10 animes. Technically, as of this recording, I've been slacking and it's not uploaded. But
I'm
by
so
the time,
stupid that I was literally sitting here being like, it's not out though, bruh.
True. But by the time this is uploaded, it will be uploaded. Episode 5, check it out. This has been episode 6 of the Dukes of Weedom. Peace out.
Go read Blue Lock.
Go read manga. In general. Read what you love.
Read
and
what
enjoy
you love.
it.
Kaiser sucks.
What's Kaiser?